Good day, my people. Welcome to this channel and thanks for subscribing. Now, on this matter, I was the medical doctor in the bandits' den. I treated them and other victims. This is a statement made by one of the victims that was kidnapped in the train that was going from Abuja to Kaduna. So one of them has been released, and one of the victims that was kidnapped during the journey in the train from Abuja to Kaduna has been released, and he shared his encounter and experience in the hands of the terrorists. The freed victim is a medical doctor, and according to him, he was the one that was offering medical services to the terrorists and the victims in the den of the terrorists. So you can imagine the trauma he would be passing through now. It is a pity this had to happen and nothing is being done or said about the matter. Let me give you the news in full details. In the mid-hours of today, reports had it that some passengers of the Abuja-Kaduna train that was attacked months ago were released by bandits. Shortly after their release, one of them, named Dr. Mustapha Umar Imam, spoke with the press. The freed victim said, "I was the official medical doctor in the bandits' den. I treated them and other kidnapped victims." He treated the bandits and other kidnapped victims. The medical doctor added, "There were no medications in their den, and it nearly made a lady die. She was literally in coma simply because she had malaria, and the bandits did not provide anything to get her fine." Talking about what they consume while in the den of the disturbers of peace, the free train victim said, "We were hungry for the first 3.5 months. Can you imagine? 3.5 months. It was just 2 weeks ago they started bringing foodstuffs. There were some days we even ate once. You can imagine what will happen to children who are barely 1 year old. Eating just once a day is a pity. But you won't blame them because they have lost their conscience. They don't have human sympathy, and it was really terrible. Speaking on if he experienced molestation, the free train victim, speaking on if he experienced molestation, the free train victim said, "I personally did not experience molestation. I cannot say for others." When asked on what he was to say to the government, he said, "The federal government should do all they can to rescue the captives because they are really dying of hunger in the custody of the terrorists." So they are still hoping on the federal government to come and rescue them, and that's what makes it saddening the more. And these people, is it only hunger they'll be dying from? Several other things, including molestation. And can you imagine, how can they be hungry for 3.5 months? Is a pity, and it's going to be a very traumatic experience for them. It's going to be a very traumatic experience, and some people would have even died in the jungle. Some people would have died, and it is a pity that even the federal government they are calling on to come and rescue them are reluctant to their pleas. It's a pity that the federal government can't do anything to rescue these people from the hands of the terrorists. is bad. And what this person said, I'm very sure that those terrorists would have like threatened him that he shouldn't say anything against them. Definitely. They would have threatened him that he shouldn't say anything against them or else. And the fact that they were hungry for 3.5 months, including a year-old child that was also kidnapped, is really, really sad. That the insecurity in this country has gotten to its peak. It wasn't like this, let's say, 2015, before the emergence of the current administration. Insecurity wasn't like this. At least the thought of police would shudder them to keep them calm. But now they just come out openly, issue their threats, do what they have to do, come out openly and kill people, and yet nothing is done about it. No arrest is made, nothing. Despite the fact that we have security agencies in the country, nothing is made. Just look at the way they just made a prison break at Kuje prison. Up until date, nothing has been done to bring the perpetrators of such acts to book. Nothing has been done. They made a break in the prison, releasing all sorts of criminals into the society to come and continue doing their evil acts, yet nothing has been done. It's really obvious that the federal government they are even hoping on to come and release them are reluctant to their pleas. They just can't do anything about it. And it's quite unfortunate, really unfortunate, that all these things are happening and yet it doesn't concern the government. They don't see it as something that should bother them. But then, as a president, the first thing you should do is to protect the lives and properties of the people. That's the first thing. That's your first duty, your first responsibility. That's your utmost priority as the first citizen of the nation. But since the emergence of the current administration in 2015, insecurity has gotten from bad to worse, and is so bad that nothing has been done to tackle the issue. Is also not just insecurity. It's not just insecurity that is the problem. Several other things has gotten worse, and people are experiencing hardship. People are suffering. Hunger is in the land. Even the economy of the country. Nigeria is totally in a mess, and it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them at all. That's just how it is, but God will definitely help us. Thank you. Do well to like, subscribe, and comment on the matter. Bye for now.